If I were to ask you what causes burnout, what would you say? Most would answer stress. So did I. But today I'm here to give you a different perspective. A person affected by burnout doesn't feel stress for a long time. No, they think I'm proud of all I can pull off. But at the same time, I feel valuable only when I meet all the expectations brought my way. And that is why I keep having one more idea, why I keep taking on one more project. And since that is what people see, people keep coming to me if something needs to get done. Saying no, not an option. It's January of 2013. I have 3 children. All 3 are sick constantly, or at least that is what it seems like to me, with them missing a lot of time at school. I love going to work. Things I'm working on are a welcome challenge and help me progress professionally. I'm paid for 21 hours a week. It is in that time that my mother dies, and I feel how much her addiction to alcohol still burdens me. I could never take anything for granted. As a kid, you take on the responsibility to make everything look fine to the outside world. I want to do everything right with my children. Maybe I'm not a good mom. If everything was going well, they wouldn't be sick all the time, right? It is in that period that I get the offer to take on new responsibilities. Validation, interesting new tasks. Yes, I'm so proud. There's only one downer. It's a full-time job. The year before, a co-worker had been out sick for an extended period, and I had shouldered his duties in addition to mine, and done just fine. I will try to manage this full-time job in part-time. From the beginning, I'm told that if I wanted to get this done, I should have to be less of a perfectionist. The strategy of the department is simple. We cancel some of the existing and some of the future projects. Unfortunately, the projects keep coming back from up the chain. You can't say no to hierarchy. It's September, interim balance. I say, this full-time job with so many critical projects to attend to can't just be managed in 21 hours. I hear, we are satisfied with your results, but you're being too much of a perfectionist. You simply have to better prioritize. You simply have to learn not to take work home with you. You simply have to learn to say no. Well, it's not simple for me. If it were simple, I would have done it a long time ago. Discreetly, I look for help. Social counseling, company doctor, works council. But it doesn't work out because I couldn't express, even for myself, what I really need. And so a decision is made above my head. I'm supposed to stay at home for 3 months to reduce vacation and overtime. My colleagues' expectations are huge. 3 months off, one can fully recover there. Party, meet friends, take time for all the things you always wanted to do. Yeah, that's what you think. But none of that happens. I feel worse every day. I'm depressed, and out of shame, I cancel all dates with friends. Always that comparison with how it should be. That feeling of, I'm not good enough, gets more and more intense and causes back pain, loss of sleep, and an ever-spinning mind. In January 2014, I returned to work under even harsher circumstances. There's no re-entry process because I was on holiday. Unanswered emails, projects on hold, and feelings of guilt towards all the colleagues who had to deal with a lot of what I had left behind. No signs of recovery. I used to often wake up at 4 a.m, wide awake and depleted at the same time. Am I fulfilling my meaning in life? What meaning is there for me anyway? Would it be so bad if I... And then, one night in February, the whole family is gathered for dinner, but my thoughts are someplace far away. I'm listening to my inner voice telling me all the things I have to get done tonight, and that I need to simply try even harder. That night, my son says to me, "Mom, Mom!" He's 8 years old and always so cool, but now he has tears in his eyes. "Mom, we never laugh anymore." The next day, I'm sitting at my doctor's office. He picks up the phone and makes an appointment for me, just like that, in an acute care clinic for psychosomatic medicine. As I walk home, I'm defeated. My diagnosis? Burnout. That night, I wake up drenched in sweat. I dreamed I was locked in a white straitjacket, unable to escape the insane asylum. A clinic, proof that you can't do it on your own anymore. I've hit rock bottom. It was imperatively necessary that an outsider took charge of my life. In the clinic, I found out that the nightmare was irrational. Instead, I started getting to know myself. To anyone expecting now to visit one seminar and get it all sorted out, I'm afraid not. You can't simply flip a switch and everything changes. It is a lifelong process. Our behavior, our beliefs, they are formed in our subconscious. They are in fact automated. How can you change anything that you're doing automatically ever since you are born? You need to become aware of it. And when you are aware, you can start to change it. Stop blaming your family, your circumstances, and especially yourself. And realize you are not a victim. You are the master of your fate. One key moment I realized that was while sitting in a comfortable chair opposite my therapist. He's an elder man with gray hair, a corduroy jacket, chewing on his pen. The sun is shining through the windows. Street noise can be heard from outside. I am ordered to become completely still. Focus on my breath and to feel that I'm sitting in that chair. It is in that moment that I realize that I have a body, not just a head with thoughts in it. I was in the past. I was in the future. I was projecting the past onto the future and letting that film play out there. The past is over. The future is not here yet. All we have is this one moment. This mindfulness has taught me to take better care of myself, not just to function, but to live. I have learned to define myself through aspects other than performance, through all the things I hadn't prioritized anymore. Hobbies, me time, spirituality, my social life, my health. Here is where we replenish. Over the years, I built up this certainty. No matter what life presents to me, I will be able to handle it and grow in the process. I redirected my focus away from what is missing towards all the things I can be thankful for. And I learned to make my peace with what has been. It all made me what I am today. And what I would like to leave you with, stress is not what causes burnout. It is a symptom. Burnout cannot be healed through the intellect. Burnout is not a sign of weakness. It is a calling to find your own true strength. And I wish for you to be able, with every moment and every breath, to consciously recognize, who am I and what do I think of myself?